fight fans, so with UFC 322 in the books, with Islam now being a double champ, obviously being a champion in the welterweight division, being the former champ in the lightweight division, with Islam defending his belt, a record-breaking in the lightweight division 4 times, I have a question for you guys. Do we consider him better than Khabib? To me, yes. Only because of the fact that Khabib, yes, 29-0, but a lot of those fights were not in the UFC. They were in other organizations, probably more likely outside the US. He never really fought for Strikeforce, Bellator, or any of these other big organizations in the US. So that's not still taking anything away from him. And then in the UFC, he fought a lot of really good fighters, but not really to the extent of great fighters, in my personal opinion. Like, I personally feel like even though he did great things within the lightweight division, I still feel like he should have been in the welterweight division. Like, don't get me wrong, the people that he defeated and the way he defeated them was outstanding, phenomenal, really great. But they weren't at that level of competition when it comes to wrestling. And I'm gonna also give the exact same example for Islam. But for the time being, what I would say is when it came to Khabib, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Conor McGregor, Michael Johnson, Edson Barboza, and I think the highest caliber wrestler he may have faced was Alaquina, for the vacant lightweight championship belt. But nonetheless, regardless, it's still very difficult to be undefeated for 29-0. So that's an amazing accomplishment. Now, also, I feel like Khabib, could have fought a lot longer, but we all know why. It is simply due to the fact that he lost his father, which 100% respected his decision and understand what his decision was. It's hard. His whole career he had his father by his side, and to now not do it anymore with your father no longer by your side, I'm sure it hit really different for him. So with that being said, him only having 1 championship belt, him only defending the belt 3 times, and him not really fighting a lot of high-ranked opponents, I would give it to Islam. And the only reason I'll give it to Islam is because he is now a double champ. If we're going based on records, yeah, Khabib does have a better record, but he really didn't face tough competition. Neither did Islam. Islam fought a lot of great fighters. Same thing like he did with same thing like Khabib, but none of them, again, were at that high level. And of course, it also is not to his fault of his own. I'm sure same example for Khabib. Not a lot of guys wanted to fight these guys. When it came to fighting them, or when they were scheduled to fight them, like Tony Ferguson with Khabib, it just ended up falling through. And I know when it came to Islam, he was scheduled for a few fights with, of course, Arman Sarukian, Rafael Dos Anjos. There was a few other fighters that he was scheduled to face, but the fights end up not coming together. So, it's not no fault to their own regarding their records and whatnot. But still, we're going based on what's on paper, then that's what we got. With Islam beating Volkanovski twice, beating Dustin Poirier, and beating Charles Oliveira, and beating Renato Moicano. Great. The fact that he defended the belt a record-breaking 4 times, not very many fighters were able to do that. With Frankie Edgar, Benson Henderson, Khabib Nurmagomedov, those guys all held the belt, but none of them were able to do it in a record-breaking 4 times. Islam did it, regardless of who he fought. He still did it. Again, the only reason why I would put him above Khabib now is because of the fact that he was able to become a double champ. Khabib Nurmagomedov, would he have became a double champ? I don't know, because he was around the time frame where you got Kamaru Usman in his prime. You got Kobe Covington that was doing a lot of great things at that time as well. Jorge Masvidal was, decent. There were some pretty decent names within that division and decent challenges for Khabib. I do still feel like he could have done some really good damage, but I do feel like they would have given him a lot of competition. Islam Makhachev, we saw what he was able to do to JDM, but now he's going up in there against a lot of bigger guys. Some guys are actually his size. Some guys are actually going to be bigger and stronger than he is. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he's able to withstand these other fighters within the welterweight division. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, I do feel very strongly that is Makhachev right now, due to the fact that he is a double champ, is better than Khabib Nurmagomedov. Guys, I would like to hear your opinion. What do you think regarding this topic? Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.